Why do people seek asylum? The harsh reality is that millions of people every year seek to immigrate to another country due to them suffering persecution in their own country. They are seeking protection from serious human rights violations due to race, religion, or war, just to name a few. This is why in today's video we will discuss how to ask for asylum in the U.S. But first, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to this channel so you will receive more amazing content. Let's dive in. What is asylum? The short answer is, the right of asylum is an ancient concept. Asylum is meant to help people who are being persecuted by their own country. Therefore, that person and/or family is forced to seek safety in another country. How does the United States view asylum? According to United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, every year people come to the United States seeking protection because they have suffered persecution or fear that they will suffer due to race, religion, nationality, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion. You may file for asylum if you can prove one of these 5 protected grounds. It is important to note that you must be physically present in the United States or at a port of entry to file an application. How to apply for asylum in the U.S.? There are 3 ways of obtaining asylum in the United States. The first way to apply for asylum is the affirmative process, to obtain asylum through the affirmative asylum process. You must be physically present in the United States. You may apply for asylum regardless of how you arrived in the United States or your current immigration status. You must apply for asylum within 1 year of the date of your last arrival in the United States, unless you can show changed circumstances that materially affect your eligibility for asylum or extraordinary circumstances relating to the delay in filing, and you filed within a reasonable amount of time given those circumstances. A second way to apply for asylum is by having an asylum merits interview after a positive credible fear determination. What does this mean? You will be sent to USCIS for a credible fear screening if you are put in expedited removal proceedings and say you want to apply for asylum, fear persecution or torture, or don't want to go back to your home country. For more information, we have provided a link below to USCIS Credible Fear Screenings page. So what is the next step to determine credible fear? A USCIS asylum officer will conduct an interview to determine whether or not you fall under this category. If he or she finds you credible, USCIS may do one of the following: retain and consider your application for asylum and also consider your eligibility for withholding of removal and protection under the Convention Against Torture, CAT, in a second interview. This is known as an asylum merits interview. An asylum officer will decide whether you are eligible for asylum. If necessary, an asylum officer will also determine whether you demonstrated eligibility for withholding of removal or protection under CAT based on the record before USCIS, or the officer may issue a notice to appear before an immigration judge for consideration of your asylum, withholding of removal, and CAT protection claims. Please note that when you file Form I-589, application for asylum and for withholding of removal, with the immigration court, it places you in the defensive asylum process. According to American Civil Liberties Union, the Convention Against Torture is the most important international human rights treaty that deals exclusively with torture. The convention obligates countries who have signed the treaty to prohibit and prevent torture and cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment in all circumstances. The third way to apply for asylum is the defensive process, simply put, when you ask for asylum. As a way to keep from being kicked out of the United States, this is called a defensive application for asylum. For defensive asylum processing, you must be in removal proceedings with the Executive Office for Immigration Review, EOIR, and Immigration Court. Individuals are generally placed into defensive asylum processing in one of 2 ways. They are referred to an immigration judge by USCIS after they have been determined to be ineligible for asylum at the end of the affirmative asylum process, or they are placed in removal proceedings because they were apprehended in the United States or at a U.S. port of entry without proper legal documents or in violation of their immigration status, or They were apprehended by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, trying to enter the United States without proper documentation, were placed in the expedited removal process, and were found to have a credible fear of persecution or torture by an asylum officer. How long does it take to get asylum in the USA? The shortest time will be with the affirmative asylum process. A decision should be made within 180 days after you filed your application unless there are exceptional circumstances. Does it cost money to file I-589 application for asylum and for withholding of removal? The short answer is no. So, there you have it. How to apply for asylum in the U.S. I take it you found this video helpful. If yes, please like and share this video. Don't forget to drop a comment below and remember to stay positive. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.